Overlord K here, bringing you more pool action from EVO 2019. Our next match is going to be the round 2 quarterfinals between Footwurk and Mystic Bill. Mystic Bill is on the left on player 1 side, playing as Katarina, while we have a Negan from Footwurk. Now, to talk a little bit about what happened, Footwurk was playing in a different tournament at EVO, and he was disqualified because he didn't show up for his match. But he didn't show up for his match because he was playing in another tournament. And so the previous game with Rojo Kuma, he moved on to beginning. But since Footwurk finished his match, he came back and said, "Hey bro, you disqualified me. That was kind of against the rules. I was playing another game." And so now Footwurk fought Rojo Kuma, obviously won, and now we're back in quarterfinals. So right now we already have Mystic Bill actually starting a lot of good aggression and is able to actually score those 7 golden letters very convincingly. So let's see if Mystic Bill is able to keep up. Oh, what a beautiful just wall standing bat. Checks that MIG, takes it all the way down, applies a lot of that wall pressure, getting a lot of positive frames with that Lucille coming down with those mids. It is fairly a linear move, but Mystic Bill is just deciding to stay there. A little bit off axis on this combo, but he's able to still take it all the way down to the ground. Opts for a setup compared to just scoring a little bit extra damage after the floor break. Some nice pokes coming in. We were still sitting on Rage Drive, which could come out at any second, but Footwurk is able to just jab Katarina out of the air. Not enough to kill, but with the dash up, he's able to get a nice Lucille overhead to just bat Katarina out. Opening up with a Power Crush, Mystic Bill blocks and punishes accordingly. Starts aggression with a whiff punish. Lucille's able to just lift her up all the way to the wall and should knock down. Now we're on the final floor, so there's no more floor breaks in this stage. And Footwurk is off to a beautiful lead right now with less than 10% health now out of Mystic Bill, and he's able to score that round. Mystic Bill is now starting a lot more defensively. Again, he blocks that Power Crush and punishes it accordingly. A nice, 15% health off. Blocks now the wall standing Lucille, and he's able to actually take Footwurk all the way to the wall. We're working on another perfect, which we trade hits. A nice pickup as well. Footwurk is going for these massive launchers, and it's paying off thus far in this match as he was up 2-1, but going back to Katarina's poke game, Mystic Bill ties it up for this round 1. And this time, Mystic Bill challenges that Power Crush, starting off with his mid checks. Both players are now feeling each other out, looking for an opening, and Mystic Bill jumps in there with a sway and then overhead. Is able to get a nice damage, unable to get it to the wall, and again that wall standing Lucille is able to check. He goes for a fancy setup and misses, but Mystic Bill is unable to fully punish it. Both players are standing toe-to-toe, just wreaking havoc on one another. And the positive frames put Katarina at a huge disadvantage, and follows it up with just a boot to score round 1. Let's see what Mystic Bill wants to do, in which he just jumps right back into a rematch. He doesn't need to rethink about anything. He feels confident that he can come back and just answer all this aggression that's coming out of this Negan playstyle. A lot of the setups, those big launchers are unsafe in which he's doing, and so maybe Mystic Bill is looking to capitalize on more of a defensive playstyle and just kind of look out for those positive frame Lucille overhead smashes that Footwurk seems to be very accustomed to doing. And so as we start out, we start with some nice mid checks and then get a nice low poke from Mystic Bill. Mystic Bill is continuing on, putting on pressure. A nice little crouching jab to interrupt any Negan's aggression early on. And again, that wall standing Lucille just does tons of damage, but he is unable to finish out the full combo. Getting some nice positive frames on the kick. Mystic Bill is challenging those negative frames, not holding back at all. But Negan is able to carry on this launch combo to score round 1. Mystic Bill is now defending fairly well as Footwurk is looking for an opening, and there we go. As soon as Footwurk gets a little bit away from Mystic Bill, he's setting up that wall standing Lucille and does tons of damage. So I'm wondering if now Mystic Bill is catching up on that, because that is the 4th time I believe that we've seen that. So in his poke play, Mystic Bill, instead of kind of dashing in with a 3, with a left kick kind of opener, very, safe opening mid, I wonder if he's going to start now dashing and blocking that wall standing Lucille move to capitalize on that damage. He's able to score and tie up the rounds. Kind of the poke aggression is coming back from Katarina, some very basic play style, very fundamental, and it works very well. That string Mystic Bill doesn't challenge, which is a little surprisingly because he's challenging everything else. Ooh, a nice interrupt with that kind of whiff string from Negan, but ooh, a big Lucille to the face, and he's taking it downstairs one more time. A nice 35% combo. A rage art as Negan was trying to set up a tackle move, but this should end the round, and it does. Mystic Bill has been very good with reactions of hitting that rage art on a throw or a tackle, so that's something to just keep in mind when you see him. Some early strings coming in, all blocked from kind of Negan, and he's able to answer with a nice 50% combo to get the lead. Ooh, some nice positive frames, and this time Mystic Bill stays blocking, and instead of going for that overhead Lucille, Mystic Bill was able to get a snake edge and get tons of damage, break it down, drops the combo. A second snake edge comes out, working that rage drive, and then set up that high-low string to take and tie out the matches. Now it's all on Footwork's court. Let's see if he's going to go to stage select, or yep, he goes directly to stage select. He doesn't like these wall breaks anymore, so let's see exactly what he's going to. And he's picking, of course, the Negan stage, the last day on Earth, for this final matchup in this quarterfinals loser side round 2. Really exciting matches. Both players are adapting to seeing what moves they want to strike at their opponent. But Negan is just adjusting his offense, while so far Mystic Bill is switching back from being an offensive playstyle to more of a defensive and fundamental Tekken. We're still not seeing a lot of sidesteps out of him, but a lot of the moves that Negan is throwing out are going to be homing moves, so maybe that's a strategy that we're going in. Both players now start very aggressively. Mystic Bill gets caught with a nice whiff punish. Footwork, but he's unable to finish it. Footwork is now just throwing out other launchers, getting little checks here and there. He's really looking for those positive frame moves, and then Mystic Bill is just capitalizing on these chips, just 10 damage here, 20 damage there, and then Footwork is just looking for these big launchers, takes it to the wall, sets up a rage drive, and this rage art to answer it to get round 1 in Mystic Bill's favor. That's the problem. If you're playing too aggressively, you're going to eat a lot of wake-up rage arts. And again, some mid-pokes into lows. More 10 frames are interrupting these much slower moves out of Negan's playstyle. Some nice lows coming out. Let's see if we're going to see another snake edge anytime soon, as that's what really saved us bacon. Yep, we did see that snake edge, but unable to actually punish it with Negan. Maybe he was just a little bit too slow with that Lucille mid-check, and now we're at game point in Mystic Bill's favor. Ooh, a beautiful duck into a launch with Negan. He's going to take this all the way to the wall, and he was trying to set up that walking taunt, but Mystic Bill was able to punch him out of it. Now Footwork coming back. He's working on a little bit more fundamentals, but with a counter hit, Katarina is taking this to the wall, and it is enough to win. So Mystic Bill moves on to round 3 in pool play.